Get it.
Cool. New meta just dropped. New meta.
Cool. Sweet. What up,
What's up, y'all?
What's up, guys?
Happy Money Monday.
Yeah, P, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
Tivati said we are backfiring after a woeful performance on the court, to say the least.
Miles didn't even show up. He was too scared. He was a no-show.
Yep. Who was the one who thought we were going 9 miles? Thought we had only gone 1 mile when we had indeed gone 3.
Yeah, Miles took a lot of L's. He was lacking on the run. He bailed on basketball. It's all good though. We still love him. Ooh,
here we go. This is a good one here. Got a ton of inventory coming in this week. Shoes, should I send them to FBA or hold out and FBM them for Prime Day? It's going to be listing by listing dependent, Luke. See, that's a jump shot Garrett could never do right there. Corey Lilly has nightmares about those face ups from the top of the key. But yeah, it's going to be listing by listing dependent. Some items you're not going to be able to FBM. Some items are going to show a ton of people FBMing them, in which case it probably makes sense for you to try to FBM them as well. Right there. So like if you can see only FBA people on a listing, probably unfortunately going to have to avoid it, or at least avoid FBMing it. You could totally FBA it, send them in with box them, little 2D barcode vibes, get them checked in quick.
Oh yeah.
Look, the other cool thing you can look into, is specifically as a new seller, is if there's multiple listings for that shoe, right? And so you have a lot of leverage in terms of having one shoe, call it AF1, for example. There's 5, 6, 7 different listings for that same shoe. And so you can list a FBM, have 4 or 5 different chances at a buy box, different buy box, and really spread out your risk, and try and get a lot of sales with it.
Yes, sir.
When you find a product with a good rotating buy box, how do you calculate how much of that product should you buy for a 30-day supply? So the cool thing is, ideally, you have a little couple test runs, right? I'm assuming it's OA. So what I would do is try and calculate a week or 2's worth of supply as best you can, right? Whatever that iteration is, that'll give you real-time business data that you can extrapolate with, right? Because the most effective, the most accurate data you're going to ever purchase with is your own business data, right? And so whatever that is, you can use that and then kind of macro level out to forecast your 30 to 45-day average.
Eric, good question here. So when you find a product with a good rotating buy box, how do you calculate how much of that product should you buy for a 30-day supply? Is that what you just answered? My bad. I was like,
I thought he was kidding at first. I thought he was joking.
Yep. No, he just.
No, I was totally. I was in the Discord. Like,
Corey, how's wholesale business this past month for you?
Good, man. We just placed a really big brand direct PO. It was like 130 or 140K, something like that.
Good work.
And it's all like really high ticket products too, like less than 30 days worth of inventory.
Wow.
Yeah. So lots of stuff going on.
Ooh, I'm 1,000% new to this. How do I know what size of packing boxes I should get if I don't know yet what I will sell? So the cool thing is there's a max, right? So you're maxed out at 25 by 25 by 25. Home Depot, I think, has like a 24 by 24 by 18, something like that. So I'd probably get 5, 6 of those just to get a couple mediums, get a couple smalls. Ideally, the Box'em boys will have those default templates already built into Box'em. So that'll be super quick. You won't have to measure out the boxes. It'll be there to pick and click.
Yeah.
And make that step.
Yeah, focus on getting some sales first, though. Like, you don't got to worry about boxes for now. You know what I mean? If you add sales, you would go to Walmart and figure it out. Therefore,
just
that's the variable you got to worry
about.
The
default, cut them down to whatever size you need. Yeah, you'll get really good at cutting down cardboard boxes. That you have a new life skill.
Yeah.
I'm a new Amazon OA, and I don't find any profitable deals, some advice, some categories that you... Yeah, so the cool thing is 3 of us, Miles, Warner, myself, have tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of live hours of sourcing. And so what I would do is spend 2, click around, watch some of the techniques, the methodologies, the tactics that we show you while we're sourcing, and start from some of those adjacencies. Pick a brand that we've dug into that we found some success with, maybe even a product with variations that we found success with. So maybe we're looking at the size 8 of a particular shoe, dig into the 9, 10, 11, 12, 10 and a half, that sort of thing. Dig into some of the sellers that we have kind of glossed over on those listings, right? So the key is we're showing you the skill, we're showing you how to fish. You got to take it out and do it for yourself. And so whether that be digging into the same sorts of brands, same sorts of products, same sorts of categories, the skill is going to translate however and wherever you see fit. but we're going to show you how to do it. And it's not rocket science, right? It's pretty much just crunching numbers, buy cost, sell price, how many times a month, are there any skewing factors, whether it be Amazon, a dominant seller, those sorts of things, and then just iterate, and you'll get better and you get better and get better. The cool thing is, though, if you're new, you don't have to be so risky with how you do it. Start with FBM, buy 5 of 10 different products, FBM them. If 5 of those don't sell, return them, gain the knowledge.
Damn.
I had to break the flow real quick. You were spinning too nicely.
The Golden Bros, is that looks like an English cream golden and a golden doodle.
They look like George needs to meet some friends there.
Yeah.
Money Monday, yes sir. Chris, Auto Ungate Assassin. Man made we did our
It kind of looks like Steven.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, he looks exactly like Steven. Yeah.
Just like Steven.
See, now Chris got the wiggle, right? So Chris is in New Jersey, so he's sales tax free. We did our coaching call, and he had like 6 sales within 24 hours of doing the coaching call.
If that hat was
he did local. Yeah, he did local shit for it.
If that hat was a Vans hat, it's literally Steven.
Well, no, but that's the key is Corey. Corey doesn't even know this, but you only buy clothing with the Dick's Sporting Goods rewards. So you're limited in your wardrobe as a human being to only what Dick's Sporting Goods sells.
Yeah, gift cards from your favorite cashback providers are also acceptable if you need to.
That is true.
And of course, returns.
Returns. Yeah. I was wearing a returned pair of shoes for to light fireworks off because I didn't care if I burned a hole in them.
Hey, let's see the hands. We have both hands. All 10 fingers.
All hands are good. We're all good.
We're good.
Yep. I did light off maybe an irresponsible amount this year, but that's true wealth, right?
As long as you got 10 fingers and 10 toes, we are still intact.
Ooh, that's a good point. We're not super educated on that, Thomas. But yeah, you got to make sure, you definitely got to make sure, you're putting in the condition notes and everything that adequately describe it for used items, anything.
Yeah, I used to do a good amount of that, Thomas. There's decent money in it. It's just like, it's not the most scalable, but yeah, just make sure like when you're buying from eBay, I usually only bought like the very good and above. Amazon customers are way pickier than at eBay.
And when it comes to book conditions too, always like under promise, over deliver, right? Yeah. So if you think it's in, X or whatever the conditions are, like very good condition, then list it as good and let the customer be pleasantly surprised. Also, Jordan has a good comment up here. So he's about 3 weeks in. He's already done 2K in sales. Where should I go to get involved in the community more? So Jordan, first of all, congrats on 2K in sales in 3 weeks. It took me like
good work
9 months to probably do my first 2K in sales. So that's awesome. Like you're off to a good start.
Not gonna make it.
Just go ahead and kick me. But Twitter or Instagram is going to be the best place to probably get more involved.
And the chat here.
No.
Yeah, the chat here, like participating in these live streams. I mean, Miles streams, I think, every single day. And so you'll kind of like, as you get more involved, just start DMing people, start replying to people's comments. You'll kind of naturally find who you fall into and who you kind of align with, and just start jumping into group texts and Zoom calls and whatnot.
I've got a good friend who buy a product and give a storefront. I would not do that. You don't know what Amazon. It's just not worth it.
Reviews aren't super
worth it.
Yeah, I know people do that for like private label products. You like roll up to somebody in the street. You're like, "Yo, buy this." Like that actually probably does work. But like Amazon's crazy, man. They'll figure out that like they knew it was your family member or something like that. Like it's risky.
What do you do? What do you do when someone come onto the listing with 10x more inventory? So I wouldn't overthink inventory. Inventory doesn't play as big of a impact than pricing, than fulfillment speed, location, those sorts of things. So I wouldn't get scared away unless it's like a very explicitly wholesale product and they have tens of thousands of reviews. I wouldn't be too concerned with stock levels. If you're concerned with it, beat them with speed, right? List FBM, maybe even list FBA as well. Offer that 0-day handling time and you'll compete regardless. Of course, Amazon's always going to kind of push the lowest FBA price. So if you can do that and still be competitive and still be profitable, you can game on from there.
So 7 years ago, probably about September 15th, the 7-year anniversary, maybe more like September 2nd or some shit. Y'all got to research the details on that in 2017. It's the first Friday night of college. Maybe the second, right? Dude comes into my room with one of my homies that lives down the hallway, introduces him, says, hey, he's visiting for the football team. His name's Dan, right? Radio silence. We don't connect for another 5.5 years, right? I get a Twitter DM. Yo, I went to school with you. I'm trying to do Amazon shit. I said, all right, man, you get me this Nike Ungate in the next 48 hours, I'll make you rich. Right? He gets it for me. Right? 2 days later, predominantly, I hook him up on the Benassi slides at $15.97. Run the numbers on that Keep It chart, boys. Go look at that Keep It chart. $15.97 for black and white Benassi slides. Right there. Fast forward today, he's in Garrett's wedding with us 2 months ago. Right? $300K a month with LA and wholesale. Video dropping tomorrow on that entire story. In MLA format, too, by the way, because he went to college. Good time.
Does the wedding make a showing in the story?
Yeah, of course, man. Okay, here we go. How can I get ungated using Walmart when they don't give out invoices? Well, considering there's a lot of Walmart private label brands that are gated, Great Value, for example, Equate, for example, shout out Warner for putting me on to Great Value back in the day. We know for a fact that Walmart receipts work as a result of that, as do receipts from any big website. You're going to get declined a couple times. Completely normal. Keep resubmitting.
Walmart doesn't own
Cool kids use APA.
I have no idea what that is, and I refuse to look it up. No idea.
Like some other citation format.
Does Walmart own?
You would know that.
One?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I thought
and one should be an auto ungate though. And one's typically an auto ungate.
What fees should I put in the seller amp settings for shipping the exact one? So I don't know about you guys. These days I'm putting in, I think, like 50 cents per pound.
Yeah, 60 for OA probably.
Yeah,
probably
60,
around 60, 70.
Yeah.
If you're doing a lot of shoes, it'll be closer to like 80, 90. If you're doing grocery vitamin heavy, probably 40 or 50.
Look at a reseller's permit. Am I exempt from paying sales tax? So the cool thing about RA is most stores, if you show them the sales tax, especially if you find a manager, they will allow that tax exempt. Online arbitrage is kind of tough. Wholesale, game on from there. You're not going to be paying sales tax. So RA, wholesale, yes. OA, no.
That's very symbolic right there. So that's the wheel of FBM wealth right there, right? Because the key is that the water flows. That's like the bread right there. And you just got to catch a little bit of it, right? And you can do that via FBM using one of those contraptions, as A. Malik shows in his profile pic. Right?
Yeah, Brandon's asking a good question too. Yeah, can you do FBA, FBM on the same product? Absolutely. That's like the theoretical best way to sell on Amazon. Yeah, list some of it FBM, sell out on those. By the time your FBA checks in, you're moving those. That's the best way to do it.
Charles, good question. What are the tips to increase your chance of winning the buy box? So find multiple listings, right? FBM, you have the leverage of.
You need that. No. You gotta repeat that, 4. Right? You gotta repeat that because everyone we know that wins quick actually does that, and almost no one actually does that. So please hit the keywords for your SKUs and see if there's multiple Amazon listings and list on both at the same time. We tell that to so many people. Barely anyone does it, and the people that do have way less risk and way more upside. So please do that. Sorry to interrupt, DG Body Bends. I'll remove myself for a sec.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair dictator, right? Isn't that what he described himself as?
Fair dictator, yeah.
even that's a big kick. This is
full stream shutdown.
If I can't be in it, no one can be in it.
Yeah, so you have obviously the luxury, and that's part of the awesomeness of FBM is you can list across multiple listings. If you have that dog in you, you're gonna list it before you even pick it up from the store, right? Or if you know their stock is deep at the store, you're gonna list it and then go a couple days and then pick them all up at the same time. Those sorts of things. Again, if you have that dog, then you have those sorts of luxuries. But the cool thing, and the most important thing, is probably just adjusting your handle time, right? Obviously, the quicker your handle time, the more authority you have over other people that potentially don't have that same sort of fulfillment speed.
Yeah, no buy box listings are a hack if you're a new seller too.
Facts.
Everyone's on level playing field. 0 to handle time, you can't lose on those listings.
Okay, here's a good example here. So Mo had asked about like factors on Keep It charts. So the main factor in terms of determining velocity is going to be offer count movement and price action. So for example, this listing here is pretty bad movement. So this is very blocky, right? The offer count's very, very blocky. This is okay movement here, right? Significantly more activity. And this is really good movement right here, right? So you can see how like the okay one, the bad one, the okay one, and then the good one, they're very different, right? So you want to be hunting out listings that look like this from an offer count movement perspective. Ideally, like this case, the comp's going up, so don't worry about that. I purely just mean like the movement, the oscillation up and down.
Yep.
See, that's
way to pick up. That's what's up, Chris.
Yeah. See, and who plugged my boy into that deal? right there. Dog or interchangeable. Ooh, free returns. No. Wait, they'll automatically get the label from Amazon. You don't gotta worry about doing that. So Garrett
and Chris, go ahead. Chris, what I would do if you're doing a lot of RA, right? And most people won't do this, but print a little business card with your name, number, email address, whatever, and just introduce yourself to every Nike outlet, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, and find every manager and introduce yourself. Hey, if something like this ever comes on sale again, I'm always in the market for stuff like this. If you have trouble clearing your shelves, I'm always in the market. This is what I do. This is my business. This is how you find me. And if you're shaking up hands, those conversations will pay off, right? Well, we all know. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of that method, I don't know if any of you guys saw the reel that I posted on Instagram today, but it's been big news the last couple of months or so. A lot of drugstore chains are closing, like Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS. A lot of them are closing literally thousands of locations. So that's where we can take like the skills that you learn in a wholesale business of building rapport, building relationships, getting people to like and trust you. Take those skills and transfer it to almost like a retail arbitrage type concept where you're going into these stores and you're scanning products, but instead of just blindly scanning stuff, you're actually approaching the manager of these stores and saying, hey, I understand you guys might be having some trouble moving inventory. Maybe you have some stuff sitting around. Well, my business, we actually buy products just like what you guys are trying to get rid of. We buy them and then we turn around and sell them online. So if you'd be open to it, let's come up with some sort of agreement where maybe I could scan the back room or get early access to some of your inventory. Basically, it's a win-win because they're having trouble moving product. You're a buyer of product. Big win-win. I know people that are doing this like with Costco managers. Like I know somebody that created a relationship just like this from literally DMing a Costco manager on LinkedIn. And the guy was like, yep, come into the store. I'll let you into the back. You can basically take whatever you want. Like these are the types of opportunities that like you don't get just from like putting your head down and scanning. You got to just like talk to people too.
Yeah. Even on an easier level, go hit the stores with your SalaryAmp app. If the manager's playing hardball, at least scan your way through, make a grand or two on the store closing.
Yeah.
Universal Chapel. All you need is SalaryAmp, Boxum, Keepa. Those are the three. A magical triad. That's all you need. Don't need anything else.
Because I would like to. Tony,
Tony,
let us know on the Tony. Let us know on the hot dog eating contest at ASD you're organizing.
That's so funny.
We're also gonna have an ASD event as well. We've been talking about it a little bit, but Monday of ASD, we're gonna have an awesome event for you guys. So make sure you're coming through to there. That is a real event. The hot dog eating event probably is going to happen, knowing Tony realistically.
Right.
Yeah,
Monday night definitely is happening.
I could do chocolate chip pancakes too. I don't know about y'all, but I could definitely.
Monday night's a hot take. Saturday to Monday afternoon was ideal, but we'll let it slide.
Like, there's only like I'm pretty
ASC
sure
doesn't start till it starts on Sunday.
Yeah, like I got there at like 2 a.m. on Sunday night last year.
You showed up to the wrong resort.
Right, dude. I got on the plane in Miami at 4 p.m. and didn't get off the plane till 4 a.m. Miami.
I gave you my bad flight luck for that one.
Yeah. Am I known for eating hot dogs? Well, I mean, we don't have to, necessarily describe how you.
Camille, this is my first year on Amazon. What can I expect from Prime Day and any tips on how to make the most of it? So good question. Really main thing to keep in mind on Prime Day is everything is going to sell a lot better than it normally does. So if you've got products, especially if you've got products that maybe you've been stuck with or you've been having trouble moving them, Prime Day, they're going to sell. They just are, right? So I would slap coupons on listings. I would on listings that you're having trouble moving, like start undercutting other sellers. Like you're going to make a lot of sales on Prime Day. Just be strategic with which products you discount and which ones you kind of just let proceed business as usual.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Big thing about Prime Day is going to be the sourcing for OA as well.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of other retailers too. I mean, talk about OA sourcing. All the other retailers are doing their own versions of Prime Day. So not only are your Amazon sales going to be really high on Prime Day and the surrounding days, but you're also going to be able to stock up on some really good discounted inventory, taking advantage of other sites that are also running sales.
My dude, Thug Styles, it has a bright OA future.
He switched channels, spamming.
Yeah,
he beat the YouTube ban. His OA future is bright.
Yeah, so here we go. How and when do you plan for Christmas? Is it too early to start? It is way too early. If you're a new seller, you should never plan for Q4. You should only buy stuff that's profitable today.
Yeah, back to
right?
schools right now. That's your big limited opportunity to take advantage of right now.
And there's really no such thing as buying something for back to school. The only thing you should be doing is buying stuff that's profitable today, right? In future years, you'll speculate once you know availability of deals. You got to vibe with the supply of stuff. Right now, all you should do is buy profitable stuff today. And there's some phenomenal deals going on right now, and they're only going to get better through like July 18th. All right, someone's got to get the guy out of here. Okay, he's not on mine.
He's on mine.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know how to keep somebody.
Well, all right, I figured out.
I found it.
You got figured out. Yeah.
Somebody's asking a good question about like holiday items and stuff, like getting ahead with ungating, that type of stuff. Like, you don't really need to worry about specifically prepping for that. You just buy profitable inventory and use that to ungate, right? So if you're expecting, like with back to school, maybe you're expecting to go hard on Crayola, it's not a bad idea to start worrying about that now. For the most part, just get it done when you buy the good inventory, though.
All right, Corey, you gotta get on that, man. Like he's.
I timed him out. I don't know why it says that all his stuff was deleted. I don't know.
He's dodging the YouTube order cancels.
Dude, literally, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, let us know what else you guys are got questions on a beautiful Monday here. Tony's campaigning for power, I think.
Unfortunately, he's not on my stream. Otherwise, I'd totally make him one. Yeah.
Elect Tony as stream VP.
Stream VP. Ooh, that's beautiful right there. Just tried to get ungated Krill. Now, there's no trying to get ungated. There's only doing it. If other people can do it, so can you. Right? Very convenient. There's tons of auto ungates too. I got like found a couple auto ungates, and now almost everyone makes sales week 1 in the squad.
Yeah. Somebody's asking if the revenue calculator is accurate. Yeah, Michael, it is. If you're worried about like not having much profit after buy cost and stuff, good rule of thumb is buy stuff for half of what you're going to sell it for.
Yep.
I would guess you probably found something for 12, selling for 18, which theoretically is good, but Amazon takes their cut and you probably lose $1 or $2 on that kind of thing.
Coupon video anywhere? Anybody? You guys have multiple videos.
12 product research tips every beginner seller needs to know. I'll link it.
Right. Most recent video on the Seller Ramp channel is also good for that. Y'all were loving that video. That one's doing really well.
What shipping and packing supplies do I need when starting out? Some tape, some boxes, everything else you just figure out as you go. If you need something, you'll find it when you need it.
Yeah, OA products or back to school products should be storefront stock. Pick a reseller friendly brand, storefront stock off it. If you search Crayola, you'll find lots of listings that have lots of sellers. Those sellers are going to have other back to school inventory, especially if they've been on it for a while.
Yep.
See, thanks, Garrett. Yes, sir. That's a vibe right there. I found profitable products, but I'm worried to commit and buy because I'm not sure if I'm going to get sales since there are many variations, even though it has BSR. So you got to understand, your ancestors were fighting wildebeest. They were exploring far off lands. They were going on voyages on the great open sea. You can't be worried about making money online, right? Luckily, though, we're operating off hard data, right? Kiba charts are going to show the movement, right, of a specific SKU, right? And so if the Kiba chart looks good for that variation, buy it, man. Test it out. You know what I mean? All right, we got to get Thug Style. He's on.
That's why we're placing test orders too. Like we're not going super deep on the product from the start.
Warner's next.
Test out a few units.
I already took care of it.
Warner been around, man. Warner been around. Yeah. Now Corey on the other hand, that was
never had to ban anybody from my chat before. Usually there's nobody in it. So
did we talk about the returns with Christian? Yeah, Christian. Like rough math, I was looking at it the other day. About almost 50% of your returns will go right back in your inventory. The stuff that goes back, about 40% you can send back to Amazon. Another like 20-ish% you can clean up and then send back to Amazon, wipe the scuff off the bottom, whatever it is, right? And then the rest of that just sell on like Mercari, eBay, that type of thing. And then for those platforms, we lower prices by 5% a week on every item until they're sold, just to get rid of it.
For test orders, where's a good quantity? If it's not your first month, first week, 1 to 2 weeks, right? Because what you're really trying to accomplish with that test order is gain a perception of average units sold per in stock day, right? If it's 5 or 50 or 20 or 100, right? You want to get close because then the goal of a test order is to extrapolate over the month or over 45 days. If it's your first week or 2, don't worry about any of that. Just buy 5, 10, test it out, move quick, right? FBM. And ideally, you're doing that across 5, 10, 15, 20 different SKUs. and now you're gaining a whole lot of data along with 4 or 5 other comrades that you're going to crush it with.
Y'all think of this thumbnail here.
My dog has like 15 different YouTube channels up top.
Major W thumbnail right there. Good times.
How long for a product to be stuck in reserve till you should call Amazon? I mean, is it stuck in like order pending? Because those will just fall off. If they're like reserved at Amazon and shifting around, then that you just gotta wait for that. If it closed and it didn't show up, then you can submit a case.
Check I put the estimated FBM shipping costs relative to weight in the chat. Right there, basically above 1 pound. Actually, UPS ground got way cheaper year over year too, which is pretty sick.
And USPS just went up, so it's probably going to be. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of people doing a lot, saying like 30-40% more UPS than June,
which is so much different than what it used to be. Yeah, I used to be annoyed
so there's never
about a UPS or USPS.
There's never going to be like this or that scenario in Amazon. It's not black and white, right? Ideally, you're doing and running up all right during the day and away at night. Right, when the stores close, fire up the fingers, load up the computer, and start doing that same sorts of sourcing online. Right. Of course, it's a lot easier to get those ungates, those invoices, receipts, confirmations online. So you're probably gonna have to do your ungating through online arbitrage. There's no reason why you can't be doing both sourcing RA and OA at the same time.
Facts.
So when you start to combine them both, that's when it gets really interesting, right? Either scheduling curbside pickups for stuff that's to be sold or already sold, as well as getting some of the stuff while you're in the store and really doubling down the efficiency.
Well, in general, too, when it comes to ungating, like the advice I always give people is like, don't really worry about ungating stuff right off the bat. It's like, find a profitable product first. And if you need to get ungated in that product or in that brand, then worry about getting ungated. But don't spend like hours ungating stuff that you may or may not ever buy.
Yep. There's zero utility in ungating something.
I don't know why that was attractive as a beginner, but I definitely did that.
I did it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because it's a people like people use it almost as an excuse. Like it feels like you're taking action.
It feels like, yeah, that's a good way. Yeah.
You read the Amazon seller forums, man. You got the dude who submitted one. You know what I mean? Like there's deep seated.
No, it does feel like progress. It's not progress. That's a good way of.
It's still there 3 years ago. You know what I mean? Like I got graveyards of DMs of people hitting me up. Yo, I've been following you for 2 years. I can't get it. Like it's like, all right, man. Like you submitted one.
Tony's trying to do a little bit of mail fraud over here too. I think.
Yeah,
only for vinyl, CDs, and books. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't think you do that.
Christian, he was being sarcastic.
I'm assuming Tony knows that. Be real, yeah.
I didn't even know that was like the way that worked.
Yeah, it's only for like
Miles been shipping media mail this whole time.
No, I haven't done anything like that. How much capital do you need? Like $1 to $3K. $40 a month for the seller account. $20 a month for Seller Amp. You can try it free. $20 a month for Keepa. $45 a month for Boxem. You can try that free as well on boxem.com. Public launch coming soon. And then free extensions, Capital One Shopping, Rakuten, Top Cashback. And then just go ahead and sourcing. Ooh, this is a good one here. Do you think Nike is coming back to Amazon? I would if I were them. I'm not sure if they will, but they probably will if enough people are talking about it. But what is very important to note is that Adidas sells on Amazon. Amazon sells Adidas. And there are tons of listings that have been around for years that are really good that neither Adidas nor Amazon sells on that are super reseller friendly. If I had to guess, that's exactly how Nike's going to be, because there's certain listings that have been around forever that they switched the UPC on and re-release that it's literally the exact same product, but they're never going to sell on old products if the UPCs aren't correct. Basically, so that's what think is going to happen.
Even more so, Under Armour, Puma,
months away too. Facts, actually.
And also, you made a great point. It's like there's literally thousands of Nike listings. Even if Nike comes back on Amazon themselves, they're not going to be on every one of those listings. There's always going to be 3P Nike listings. And guys, even if this isn't going to happen, but even if Nike sold on every single Nike listing and Nike was just no longer viable as a brand, guys, there's over 2 million individual different brands on Amazon. If you find 0.0001% that are profitable, that's an 8-figure business, not 6, not 7, 8 figures. So like, again, it's a non-issue. If anything, it's probably better because, it's going to force some people to branch out into some other brands.
I mean, if you think about it, Nike is the only big clothing brand that doesn't sell its own stuff on Amazon. So it was inevitable that they were probably going to make that switch.
It's a fact. Yeah. So it'll affect you a ton if you let it affect you a ton, and it'll not affect you in the slightest. And if you're gloating at people, you have a lot less money than a lot of these young kings who are killing it with Nike.
I don't even think that's been officially confirmed yet either.
No, I don't think it's been officially confirmed. It's like speculation. Question here. So they said they landed a distributor. Seems like they mostly special order and they're waiting for your sales rep to get them a price list. If by special order, is it mostly going to be good pricing? So it's hard to say because some distributors are going to have better arrangements, better relationships with certain manufacturers than others. So my advice is get quotes on a couple of different products from a couple of different brands, and whichever brand the supplier has better pricing on, then focus on going deeper with that brand, because every supplier is going to have strengths and weaknesses in terms of like good pricing on this brand, bad pricing on this brand. The key is finding the small handful of brands that they do actually have really good pricing on.
All right. So as we finish up here, it's Garrett's lucky day because he is not the one that has to guard me and pick up here in 10 or 15 minutes right there. So he's lucky right there. So we'll, Garrett, you're lucky right there. You missed out this time right there. So appreciate y'all tapping in for Money Monday here. Make sure you follow all these guys on socials and everything. Check out the new videos we've been putting out recently and everything. And then just get to it. It's a great time to get going. A lot of deals going on already. Prime Days next week, only going to get better. Whoa, Allentown, PA. Jose, all right. Jose, you were born in the Mesopotamia of Amazon sellers right there. You were born in the most fertile land, on earth for Amazon sellers. Jose, hit my DMs on the gram or on Twitter. Yeah,
we had three Southeastern PA guys join the Wholesale Network in the last couple of weeks, and I was like, is Miles just sending you guys on assembly line form down here or something?
Yeah, where'd you go to high school? You go to high school in the Pac-12 and the EPC, the Suburban One, right? It could be the Chestmont Warner, right? The Chestmont, Pac-10, right there. Cool. All right, see y'all later. Have a great one.
Yes, Money Monday is every week.